Global TV AM News live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. Kingsmen of the River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara have voiced their disapproval of President Bola Tinubu's approach to resolving the ongoing political crisis in the state, citing a lack of democratic principle. Operating under the banner of the Opobo Elder Statesmen for SIM, Fubara's kinsmen outrightly rejected the resolutions made during the recent meeting held at the presidential villa in Abuja. Their disapproval stemmed from the perceived absence of a solid legal basis within the agreement and the contentious debate over its legitimacy. In a communique issued following an emergency meeting in Port Harcourt yesterday, the group highlighted that within the constitutional framework, the president lacks the authority to interfere in a state's internal affairs. Their disapproval stemmed from the perceived absence of the solid basis within the agreement and the contentious debate over its legitimacy. The elders stressed that Tinubu's role primarily revolves around overseeing federal appointees and does not extend the dictating terms of a governor. The federal government has instructed that Nigerians with expired passport who are planning to return to the country to celebrate the Yuletide will be allowed in without any hindrance. In a letter dated 22nd December 2023 by the Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS), Wurola Adepoju, to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, through the Office of the Assistant Controller General, Border Management, the NIC asks that Nigerians be admitted into the country with their expired Nigerian passport. In view of this, all Nigerian embassies and high commissions are advised to give this directive the highest publicity it deserves. Consequently, a help desk has been directed to be open for all Nigerians in this category and directed same to passport officers where their passport will be reissued within the maximum of 2 weeks. The First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has disbursed 25 million naira to 250 elderly men and women from the 25 local government areas of Delta State. The cash presentation through the Renewed Hope initiative under the Elderly Support Scheme was held on Friday at the Government House, Asaba, Delta State. The wife of the Delta State Governor, Tobori Obovori, who represented Tinubu at the event, also provided clothing materials and free medical checkups to the elderly citizens as support for the gesture. In her address, Tinubu expressed joy at the inaugural edition of the Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme, themed Better Days Ahead. Former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, on Friday was released from the Kuje Correctional Center after meeting up his bail conditions. The spokesperson for the Kuje Correctional Center, FCT, Adam Oduzo, confirmed the development to our correspondent on Saturday. The Federal Capital Territory High Court Abuja has granted 300 million naira bail to Emefiele, who's been prosecuted for alleged procurement fraud in Nigeria. The Nigerian Custom Board Service, chaired by the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, has confirmed the appointment of 2 Assistant Controller General and the promotion of 2,209 senior officers in a statement issued on Friday by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Abdullahi Maiwada. The appointed officers confirmed as substantive members of the NCS management team are ACG Florence Ogamode and ACG Queen Ogudu. The Controller General NCS, Bashir Adeniyi, congratulated the newly appointed and promoted officers. The custom boss equally urged the officers to put in more effort to ensure revenue generation, trade facilitation, and suppression of smuggling. A Plateau State High Court sitting in Jos, the state capital, has ordered the seizure of a property belonging to the Jos branch of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The seizure signed by the registrar specified the property seized as an Innoson IVM double cabin vehicle with the registration number Koji 696DD. The order was made by the Honorable Justice N.D. Shashit, and the seizure notice was made available to newsmen on Saturday in Jos, the Plateau State capital. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has presented 25 ambulances to all local government areas, several tertiary institutions, and firefighting vans to the State Fire Service in Lokoja. This was aimed at enhancing the efficiency of the state health sector and the facilitating prompt emergency response. Additionally, the governor allocated 40 SUV cars and 4 Hilux vans to the state lawmakers and judges during a brief ceremony on Friday in Lokoja, the state capital. Governor Bello highlighted the autonomy granted to the legislature and the local government was designed to bolster service delivery. He said that the judiciary, legislature, and the local government have enjoyed autonomy under his administration. The Gombe State Police Command has on Saturday warned against the sales of knockouts, fireworks, and unauthorized use of siren, covered number plates, and removal of motorcycle silencers. According to a press statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer, ACP Mahid Abubakar, the decision is part of the command's effort to intensify security to ensure the safety and well-being of citizens during the Yuletide celebrations. It is close that the measures were the Commissioners of Police Hayat Usman proactive approach to prevent criminal activities and maintain relevant peace for high-pitch-free celebrations across the state. The CP charged various police officers, including head of departments, area commands, technical commanders, MOPOL commanders, and the divisional police officers to ensure early deployment of their personnel and strategic locations compromising worship centers and other public places. At least items worth millions of naira on Saturday were destroyed by fire as a result of gas explosion in one of the shops at the council bus stop along Egbede Ekotun Road, Alimosho local government area of Lagos State. The inferno, which resulted from the leakage of gas cylinder in use at one of the shops, led to an explosion and spread of several other shops instantly as traders and shoppers scampered into safety. 4K Permanent Secretary PS Lagos State Emergency Management Authority Lassaman, Dr. Femi Okenyadu, and Director Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service Margaret Adesenyi confirmed that there were no casualty in the unfortunate accident. According to an eyewitness and a trader in the market, Shedia Karim, the incident happened at about 2:15 p.m. when a raging fire gathered some forms, and as of 3:30, the fire was put under control and completely out by the Ejigbo and Isolo fire stations of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services along Lassaman and the Nigerian Police Force of the Ikotu Division. Adesanya, however, attributed the cause of the inferno to negligence in refilling of the gas cylinder by the dealer. You're watching AM News live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the AM News returns, LPG marketers demand implementations of zero duties on cooking gas imports. The news continues shortly with details of these and other stories right after this short break. Please stay with us. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the AM News. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, the government of Guinea announced that petrol distribution would resume today, 5 days after supplies were suspended following an explosion and fire at the West African nation's main fuel depot, which left at least 23 dead. The population has been without petrol since Monday, paralyzing large parts of the economy. Demonstrations in the capital Conakry on Wednesday and Thursday occasionally flared up clashes between security forces and a group of young people demanding the restoration of petrol supplies to the service stations. The supply of diesel had resumed on Wednesday, but not of petrol. The fire at the depot in the Kalum district of the Kanagri near the port has still been extinguished, and firefighters continue to battle the flames. A total of 10,337 people were affected by the destruction, according to the government. Israel pressured its Gaza's offensive Saturday, with Hamas authorities reporting heavy shelling in several cities hours after world powers demand more aid to allow into the besieged Palestinian territory. The Hamas-controlled health ministry said 18 people were killed in a strike on a house in the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza. As other targets were hit up and down the street, the health ministry in Gaza, which is the Islamist movement Hamas has ruled since 2007, said more than 400 people have been killed in Israel bombardment over 48 hours. The latest violence comes after the United Nations Security Council approved a resolution demanding immediate, safe and unhindered deliveries of life-saving aid to be rushed at a Gaza scale. Flags on public buildings flew at half-mast Saturday and masses were scheduled across the Czech Republic of a day of the national mourning after a deadly shooting at the Prague Charles University. The worst in the country in decades. A 24-year-old student opened fire at the Faculty of Art on Thursday, killing 13 people and then himself. Another person died in hospital later on. The gunfire sparked frantic scenes of students running from the attack. Tearful students have lit thousands of candles at makeshift memorials at the Faculty of Arts and the university headquarters nearby. The gunman also wounded 25 people, including 3 who were hit by bullets in the street as he fired from the balcony. Moving on to business, where the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has lifted ban on transaction of cryptocurrencies, saying banks and other financial institutions can now provide services to cryptocurrency exchange and dealers, also known as the virtual asset providers (VAPs). According to the CBN, said financial institutions are now permitted to open accounts for VAPs, provide designated settlement accounts and settlement services, act as channel for foreign exchange flow and trade, and render any other activity that may be permitted by the CBN from time to time. The CBN, however, said that banks' accounts opened for VAPs cannot be used for cash withdrawal or third-party checks. As the Central Bank of Nigeria's December 18, 2023 deadline approaches for the registration of the Bank Verification Number (BVN), the number of registered Nigerians have hit 59.9 million. This is according to the latest BVN registration data updated released by the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. The most recent NEBIS data issued in September showed that the number of registered BVN stand at 58.7 million as of September 12, 2023. While registration for the number has been delayed since the beginning of the year, the Central Bank of Nigeria's recent statement that all bank accounts without a BVN will be frozen beginning in April 2024 has proved the BVN database a little higher. With the most recent statistics of the 59.9 million, this indicates that 1 million new BVNs have been registered in the last 3 months. The national president of the Nigerian Association of the Liquefied Petroleum Gas (LPG) Marketers, Oladipo Olatunbosun, criticized Nigerian Customs Service for its alleged reluctance to enforce the presidential directive on zero import duties for gas items, including imported LPG. Expressing dissatisfaction, the national president pointed out that despite the circular from the Ministry of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wali Edun, instructing the relevant agencies to comply with the directive, the Nigerian Customs Service has not yet fully embraced the implementation. Olatunbosun disclosed this concern during a conversation with reporters. He highlighted that many of their members with the imported items currently held at the ports are incurring demurrage costs. These additional expenses, he emphasized, would eventually be passed on to end users, leading to higher cost of consumption of the LPG. This outcome, he noted, will defeat the intended purpose of reducing the price cost. And a quick move at sport, Anthony Joshua is set to continue his comeback with his third fight of 2023 and will be keen to get another victory when he faces Swedish heavyweight Otto Wallin 5 p.m. today in the main event of the Day of the Reckoning card in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. After securing consecutively victories over Jermaine Franklin in April and Robert Helios with a 7th-round knockout in August, Joshua is now gearing up to face a tough challenge in Wallin, who has proven himself as a formidable opponent, especially with his southpaw stance. The only defeat on Wallin's record to date came in 2019 against Tyson Fury. In between the Gypsy King's first and second meetings with Wilder, Fury won by unanimous decision, but Swedish heavyweight certainly made it harder night than expected for the reigning champ. It promises to be exciting as two successful boxers of the Nigerian descent, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, may possibly do a World Championship bout on March 9, 2024. In a statement signed on Saturday, renowned boxing promoter Adrian Ogun said since both former heavyweight champions equally lay claim to their Nigerian heritage, boxing fans in the country will be excited to see their compatriots compete for glory on the global stage. Adrian, however, noted that two important fights will determine if the two Nigerians will have rare opportunities of fighting for world honor March next year. Napoli, the Serie A champions, made a significant announcement on Saturday regarding Nigerian international forward Victor Osimhen. The club revealed that Osimhen had agreed to extend the contract extension, binding him to Napoli until 2026. The announcement was made through Napoli's social media platforms, where the club posted a picture capturing Osimhen signing the new deal alongside the club owner Aurelio De Laurentiis. Victor and Napoli together until 2026, the caption read, solidifying the club's commitment to retaining the sought-after player. That's it on Global TV AM News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fauzia Lukman. Thank you very much for watching.